Okay, so how do you edit a website from the customer side of view, or from the user interface, from the customer's point of view? Just an example, let me open a market it agency, and now this is now the front end. This is the remember this is what we said is the front end. Now we want where we now want to edit this website from the front side, or from the that if I want to make this change from here, I don't want to go to the back end, but I just make the changes from this interface here. We always say is the visual editing, or the visual composer. You are composing what you're already seeing. What the customer is seeing is what you're also seeing. What you're seeing or what you're doing is what the customer will see. Now remember we said that we have different WordPress editors, and number one of all, we said we have Elementor, and we said when it comes to installing a theme might come with a WordPress editor like Elementor, or it might come with a WordPress editor like WP Bakery. So these two WordPress editors are the ones we use to edit or to make changes from the front, or from the user interface, from the front end side of our website. So you always have to make sure that you have this plugin installed onto your WordPress. You have to make sure you have this WP Bakery, or you have the Elementor plugin installed into your WordPress. So we'll just go to our backend, and remember, when you want to go to your backend, you just /wp admin. I think you should now be aware of all this. You now going to the backend of your WordPress editor, or of your WordPress website. Now log in onto our backend. It'll allow me to use a different password. Let me access the backend of a different website here, because that other one is still wants me to change the password. So we say logging onto your WordPress admin, you just use your domain name, then you /wp admin. And we say your backend will always look something like this. Where we have the dashboard, home, update, site, all these. Depending on the type of plugins you've installed, you might have very many icons here, or very many tools added here. But allow me to take you through step by step on how to install a plugin. And the plugin we're going to use here, or the website editor we are going to use in this session today, is WP Bakery, at least to work, or to edit our front end, or to edit our website from the front end. Why am I going to the cPanel? I'm going to the cPanel because I want us to install a fresh WordPress. To our website. Then from that fresh installation, we make the editing. From the front end. Now, once you are in your cPanel, how do you go? You just move to Softaculous. Apps Installer. And now you proceed to WordPress. This is just the normal things we've always done. Just proceed to WordPress. You can see we have WordPress here. Install now. I just want to install WordPress into a directory of this. So let me just write something like blog. This one blog. Then I just let me change the password here to something like this. Once you have that, then you just install. Wait for it to install. Once you're practicing these things, it is never that hard, or it won't make any challenges installing a WordPress theme onto your website. You can see we've now installed a WordPress theme onto this. We have this one as the URL, and then we have now this one as the admin login. So let me just proceed to the backend of my WordPress, and now we have this one here. Now from here, what we now do, we just install a plugin. And which plugin do you want to install? We want to install a plugin known as WP Bakery, and you just move to plugin here, add new, then you search from these are now some of the plugin library we have. This from the plugin library we have all these are plugins. And remember, we said plugins are those apps that make your website, or those that handles your website functionalities. So let us just search WP Bakery. WP Bakery. Remember the front end of this let me open the front end of this website, and its front end is this one here, hello world. You can see from here just showing edit site, but probably if I click onto this, it might take me to the back end. But now I want to change it, to make changes as we see it from here. Now we have WP Bakery. Let me see if we're gonna find it here. This is for multi-language. WP Bakery page builder. We call it page builder. Advanced responsive tabs. You have this one for advanced ads. This is for ads. This is for managing teams. Sometimes you might search for WP Bakery, but then it won't be available, so you can actually search for Visual Composer. Visual Composer. Visual Composer. Okay, we have this one. I think we can even try this one. I think we can try this. These are all page builders. These are all page builders that you can use to make changes to your these are plugin. You can see these are a plugin, Visual Composer website builder landing page. You can use it to create your landing page. You can write all these, then you just install. You can see it allows you to custom theme builder, maintenance mode, and coming soon pages, something like this. And this is what, remember the other day when I was telling you that you can purchase or you can start a website, but then when you still don't have any content, you just activate this coming soon page. You activate the coming soon page, so that is what it shows, or your maintenance mode. I have to believe that sometimes you visited websites, You've visited websites, but the moment you try, they always sometimes you will find them you find, or rather they will show either the website is coming soon or the website is on maintenance mode. So now you can see our Visual Composer is here. It is now installed. We have this one. You can either use Visual Composer or you can use WP Bakery. These are all page builders. These are all page builders. These are all page builders. You can see we've installed and then we activate. Remember we said that the moment you install, all the process of getting a plugin in is you search for plugin, you install it, then you activate it. Once you activate, you will show it. You will show it's listed here, and even if you go to your plugins directory, you will find it showing active. You will find it showing active. Now you want us to use this Visual Composer to change the front end of this. The front end of this our website here. This is our website, and you can now see the moment I activated Visual Composer, you can now see from this top navigation bar here, I now have here edit with Visual Composer. So you just come to edit with Visual Composer or Visual Composer. Let me just close this. Let me just click skip. Now there are things that you have to know when you working with these page builders. Number one, you have to know the elements of these page builders, and they have quite very many elements. The elements are just some of the different parts in your website, or some of the things that these websites can carry. Like we have images, we can have HTML files, HTML codes, it can have JavaScript codes, it can have like you can see all these things here. We have these are basic button, a toggle button, a Google font. These are some of the elements we are talking about, and those are those things that you'll just pick and drop onto your website if you now want to make the editing. Now you now want to make your edit, and you can see these are now the elements. Then now we have the templates. Suppose you have created or you've worked onto this front end, you've worked onto this website the way you want it to appear, and now you want to save that template for future use. Then you can create and save that template here, so that it becomes easier for you to reuse it. It can become easier for you to reuse it. Blocks are just some of the different ways you want your website to appear, how you want to create your website, like how you want a display of the columns. Do you want it to have 2 columns, 3 columns, such like? Now we have this as our WordPress. You can see from here I'm having this icon pen, the pen icon here. This shows that I can just make direct editing here. Once you click onto this, it just opens this. It just opens a title page where you have to make your changes. Either way, you can decide to delete it and let it be blank. Then we have our sample page here. It depends how you now want. I like using examples. Let me just open a page like Kahawa Tungu. Let me just open a page like Kahawa Tungu. Just an example, a simple example. Like you can see how they have organized their pages. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are having almost, is it 6 columns? I think these are slides. These are slides. So if you wanted a slide to be on the first page here, somewhere here, we've said that is now an element. You add a content. Then that content, you add a row, and that row will now be a place for, that will now be a place for a slider. You can see we have a slider. So do you want a full length, or you want do you want a full length, or you want it to have different sections, like you want it to be in how do I say, you want it to be either half, 3/4, either in half, either in a quarter, 3/4, either in a third. As you can see from here, these are full length, these are half length, these are a third, these are quarter. This is divided into 5 columns, and then we have this one is also a full row. So once you have this, then you can see the small icon at the add element button. The add element buttons, once you click onto it, the only thing that is gonna show you is what element. It will take you to these elements. And remember, the elements, you said elements can be images, can be text, can be anything that you now want to add. Suppose now you wanted to create here to have a slider show of images, so you just click onto this add, and that add, you can see from here, from the element section, you can now choose what do you want to add. If it is an image gallery, you just come and select from the image gallery. You just select from the image gallery, and you can see we now have these all image gallery. You can select, do you want it to be do you want them to swap? You have all these small functionalities here that you can actually edit, that can actually help you edit your photo gallery or your photo images. And I always say that always remember to have same dimension of photos if you are adding photos. Like you can see this one, the sample images here is just square images of 640 square, all round, all are 640. You can see they are like all equal. They are all equal. Then this is a shape. Do you want it to be square? Do you want to be square? Do you want it to have rounded corners? These rounded corners, once you apply, you will see that the corners are rounded. Do you want now to have a circular shape? You can see now it changes them to a circular shape. So that is how you actually, this is now visual composition of whatever you do here, you see it, and this is how the customer is going to see it. This is how the customer is also going to see it. If you scroll down, we have these other functionalities that you can actually use. You can set the border width, or the gap here, the gap between the images. You can reduce the margins, or you can increase from this small setup window here. This is a small setup window here that you can use to edit or make changes to your controls. It's a control to make changes to these to the paddings. I'll say the paddings and the margins, and the border and the radius. You can change the background color from here if you want it to have a different background color. And you can see whatever you're doing here, you're not going to load your front end from any other place to view it, or to make sure that whatever you've changed is really working. But now here, whatever you do, you are able to see it right before your eyes. Once you've done that, you can now move to another section. Maybe this other section you now want to add another column. You can use this column, or you can just come to this add content from here. Come to add content from here. Then what do you want to add? Maybe this time now I want to add a title, or maybe you want to apply a button in between here. You can use this apply button, and you can the moment you click onto it, you can see it also brings you the different functionality of the different editing tools here. The different editing tools here. You can decide to wrap these and maybe write depending on the type of website you are creating. Depending on the type of website you are creating. I don't know. These ones do not have. They do not have any. Maybe you can write see more here. See more here. Then the same way you also have the shape here. You can change the shape if you so wish. Size, you can make it small, you can make it medium, you can make it large, and you can see it's just as simple as that. The title color, from white you can change it maybe to red, or maybe to something different colors here. So you can see from here whatever I'm doing is just changing exactly as I want it. This is what we call the visual composition, or the front end editing of your WordPress. You don't have to go to the back end. When you're working from back end, you make changes, then you have to load your front end. But you now can see from this one, you can easily edit whatever you want to. You're easily editing what you want to see. The way you want your customers to view it, or the way you want your website visitors to see it, is how you make the changes. Remember, this one you can as well delete these, or you can't delete this. Maybe you can write you can add a text box there. We have this text box here. The text box is there. You can see once you tap onto that element text box, then you have it here. Then you can make your changes from there or from here. Welcome to my blog. And this one you can still make it changes from here, maybe center line it there, and you can see that the way whatever you're doing here is actually what you are receiving. And then you can just write something here. Let us just make some simple editings there. You can as well edit it, or maybe center line it if you so wish. Or maybe let me just do away with this, and then we have welcome to my blog only. This is welcome to my blog. You can change the text color from there, make it bold, increase the size either to heading 1 or heading 2. When you change this heading 1 is always the biggest, heading 2 follows heading 3, so let us just use that heading 2. Can use heading 2. If you wanted this place out, these are first section to have an image, you can add a gallery from here, or you can create an image for that particular section. Let us proceed. We can create another point here, maybe now for the post. For the post we can do half, like 50-50. So this part will be for images. This part we can have for image. Now I only need one image. We can have one image full length. Then this other section will now be the text. Your side can be the text. You can have a text box here. Just click a text box and it will show up here. The moment it shows, then you now make your editing from here. This image looks so small. Let me maybe change a different image. Let me use a single image from here. Yeah, I can use this. Can use this 960 by 640. That's just fine. The other side becomes you said this is for text. You can make the editings from here. You can write why Wajakoya is trending. Why Wajakoya is trending. Yeah, then you write your contents, then you create another column here. Maybe you can have this side. Now I want the images to be this other side, that side to be a single image, then this side to have the image, the text. This can now have the text. Yes, you can have this text. Maybe do away with this title here. You can edit this one to full length. Okay, large. Yeah, size is large. Round corner. So let us just use round corner. You can center line. That's the small changes that you like your page viewers to have a clip on, or you have your page viewers to have a look at. Remember, this is the title of the blog, so that is why you can't edit it from here. So this one you edit from the back end. A sample page. This is a menu. This sample page is a menu. So this one also you edit it from your back end. Edit it from your back end. You can see we can create now a separator. Just click on to add. Then you can have a line, an horizontal line, just like this one. You can create an horizontal line just by touching this. The type of line you want. Do you want and we now have this one. Then this is now the edit button. This is the edit button, and from here you can either change the thickness. You can grow the thickness to something like 5 or 6, and you can see it is growing. You can change the color. I want it to be full length, so I can just write 100% here, and now you can see it's now full length. It's now full length. If you want it to have a background or even a border, but there is no need, just a simple line. A background will cover anything that is between around this line, around that line. Then we can create a space. We can also create a space somewhere here. Let us create a space, and this space maybe we'll need to have a background for it. You can give it an image. Or maybe this will be our social links. Yeah, you can have social links here. So you can have Instagram. You can have you will just link your Instagram here. You can link. This is just an example, guys. If you so wish to have your social network or your social accounts in your landing page, we always refer to the first page, the main page of your website, like this one here, as a landing page. Like this one, the moment you open Kawatungu, this first page you come to is always referred to as a landing page. So this is what we are actually doing. We are creating a landing page for this website known as my blog. We are actually creating a landing page for this website known as a so it is just anything that you like, you'll wish, or anything that you like to be shown, or you like your customers to see on your landing page. All that you'll wish or you'll want your customers to see on your landing page. You can see we all have these controls here. Actually, the moment you work, you get it very much easy working with these elements and these rows and content elements. It becomes very easy for you to manage your, or to make easy editing, easy editing. So it is never that difficult, provided you have, or you've understood all these things, all these elements, and you have an idea of how you want your front end, or you want your landing page to look like. Then it becomes very easy for you to manage or to edit your WordPress landing page from the front end. And remember, I've said this blog here, this is now the name of this site. So this one you cannot edit it from here, but you edit it from the back end. So you have to change it. This sample page here, I've said this is a navigation menu. So this one you change it from the menu section, of the front end. And the front end, you said once you are here, this is not this is the front end for this other one, and we have the front end for, let me load the back end, not the front end but the back end for this website here. Let me load the back end. You can see the back end is this one. The back end is this one. I said those are now menus. You can see from appearances, you just come to menus, then you change that sample page, that page known as sample. You can see it here. So you can just change it from here to a name that you like. Change this sample page from menus, and then create other names. So you can actually see how, so this is how this page will look like. You can see we've edited it from the front end, and again, this is how this is how your customer is going to see it. This is how your front end or your website viewers are going to see. Even if I was to load it from here, did I save the changes? Did I update? But the moment you make these changes and then you save, then you have your WordPress, or you have your website. You have your website as edited as you see, it. This is how it will appear. That is how it appears. I don't know why it's not giving me the option for saving. It should give me an option for save the changes. That is an option for saving the changes. But if you were to, this is just an example working with Visual Composer, because you might find that you might install a theme, but it will come with different WordPress editors. We've said we have Visual Composer, we have WordPress Bakery plugin editor, we also have Elementor and others. So this is just a sample example that by use of Visual Composer, So if you install a WordPress theme that has WP Bakery or that has Elementor, they are the same, so you should not fear, because they have all the same tools, they have all the same tools. Even if I was not to open, let me open a website here that is using, this one is using WP Bakery, you will see that the compound or the combo is now WP Bakery. Let me just try creating a page. Let me create a page, add new. Let me just show you how to work with very quickly show you how to work with WP Bakery. It is not different from this visual composer that we've just worked on or worked with. It is no difference. Now you can see this first one that you will see is a WordPress classic editor. So what you need to do is just to change to WP page builder here. Like you can see, you have this WP Bakery. So this is what you pick, and then it will change your page. You can see now the page has changed. Now from here you can choose. You can see now we have back end editor, front end editor, and I've said that from here you can use both, because now you understand what a front end and a back end editor is. So if you want to work with the front end, you just pick onto front end, and it now loads to you the page. So this is now the front end. This is now the front end of that page. Now from here you can see that our WordPress or our WP Bakery has loaded. WP Bakery is always very easy working with, because it gives you ideally what you can see. You can switch to backend from here. You can switch to backend, and then you can save and you can publish. It becomes very much easier. This is the button I was looking for when I was working with Visual Composer. I didn't actually see the publish button or the save button, and that is why our page did not change. Now once you are here, you can see the elements are the same. You can add an element, you can add a text block, you can add a template, the same way we saw in Visual Composer. You see, we have elements, we have templates, and we have blocks. These are the same things. Same to this one here. Element, block, template. I've said, suppose now I wanted the page that I created, this one here, I can save it as a template, so that whenever I'll be working on the same page, I can actually import this template and use it in another page. I can use the same template in another page. So you can see from this WP Bakery you can add an element, and we say that elements are just all these things that can be put in a page. We can have a page can contain a title, a page can contain a MailChimp form, can contain a TSR, can contain a job list, or these other things. Never mind these. It can contain different things. We've said can contain your social links. You can see my social links here. Can contain a video clip, can contain a gallery of images, and all the button can contain a separator. So it all depends with the type of website you are creating. Now suppose I wanted a title, so you just click onto this title. Wow. My network is missing me. But ideally, guys, working with a WP Bakery and working with a Visual Composer or even Elementor is just the same. You can now see here I can create a title now. Why Jacoya is trending. why Wajakoya is trending. If you add a subtitle, you can just put it here, then you save changes. You just save. The moment you save, you will see the title here. And you now see the title is already here, why Wajakoya is trending. Now you can further edit it. Just come over it, then you now see these ones here. Do you want it to have a full column? You can change the column from here. You can make these various changes to this title from here. Text align, you can align it center. You save changes. You can just close. Then you can also add a gallery of images. Maybe you want an image now to have images to have like a slideshow, or maybe let me say an image carousel, or maybe a single image. Let us just try a single image. You can give the image a title. You add the image from here. Let me see if I have an image from here that we can use. Let me just try using this. Then set image. You can add another image. You can see there is still extension for adding another image. Change the size from thumbnail. Maybe you just write large size, large or medium. You can add a caption if you so wish. On click, any action, if you want it to have some kind of animation. On click, do you want it to zoom? Do you want it to open another link? Do you want to open a lightbox? Or do you want it to zoom or open link to large image, another image? That is, you can change from here. You can create animation for it. How do you want it to animate? You can let us try fade in left. It will show like that. You can see this text, the way it has moved. If you fade in up, it will come that way. Then you just save. You have now seen the way it has moved. Then you can add different other images, or maybe you can change this column to it is not necessarily it has to be full length, but you can make it half length. You can make it 3/4 and a 2/3 and a third. You can make it a third and a third and a third. So this is now the raw layout that we also talked about when we were in Visual Composer. You can change them from here. Maybe make it a third, and maybe let us make it a third. You update. So you have this first column here, we have another column here, and another column here. So these columns can be columns with images, like when you see this one for Kawatungu. When you see this one for this, is ideally what they made, because you can see there's an image here, there's an image here, there's an image here. It's an image with a caption, 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 another one with a caption. So this is ideally what they have. This is ideally what they did here. This is ideally what they have image here, they have another image here, another image here, but now they are images with caption. You said here, once you are editing this, you can add its caption from just click on to edit, then you can see the caption is, you can add a caption. You can add a caption somewhere. We have the image title, widget title. You can have the title there, then add image caption. Yes, you can now see it's giving you an option. You just click on to yes, then you can add caption. So this is what I actually had for you guys. And we've said that whatever we are doing, we are now working from the front end. As you can see, you can now change to the back end from here. But now this is now creating this page from the front end. Once done, you just publish from here. Once done, you just publish. The way you see it here is the way your customers or your website visitors will see it, because now you're working from the user's point of view, the user interface, the user's point of view. You're now working from the front end. So this is what I wanted you guys to get to understand, so that when you're talking about these editors, because I told you these editors, they come differently with different themes. You might find that one theme is using Elementor, another one is using WP Bakery, another one will be using Visual Composer, another one will be using plugin opt-ins. Then you'll be like, this one we never talked about, but now they're the same. So that is how you work with all these editors to create your pages, and also to edit your website, So we'll stop there, and then let me see if you have questions. Let me see if you have questions. You have any question? This one was not giving me an option to save. I don't know where its save button is, but it should be somewhere. Save, or maybe you can see it is not even saving. The Visual Composer that we are using is not saving this content. So guys, that is how you can make editing to your WordPress website from the front end. You'll just be using that WP Bakery or Elementor page builders, because them, they come with functionality of editing your WordPress from the front end, and you will be easy to make changes to your WordPress. So it is not necessarily that you have to log in. You have to log in to the back end. But you can make your changes from the front end. Now, is there any question? Is there any question? Is there any question? Is there any question? Silence means consent. Question. I'm waiting for your question. Or I've been talking alone.